Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of our new series. If you're wondering, I'm not going to repeat it because we said it in the last video. Watch them in order, people. This is Mortal Kombat 2, made a year after the first one? Yeah. I think it was 93. Yeah, 93 I think would be about right.
You wasn't even thought of in 93.
David was barely thought of. Like, he was just born.
He was 2.
He was 2, yes.
So I tell you, you should have been around when he was 2 and Cody. I kept you on your toes.
Now he has Connor.
Yeah, that's his punishment.
Oh, he's into something. This was about 7 years before I was born.
Long time.
Long time. So we got the fatalities and friendships. I kind of miss friendships. They were fun. Like, you didn't have to kill them. Like, it was so fun. Fatalities were the shit, though. Turned him into a baby.
I remember those.
I remember Smoke would fart. Does, remember?
Oh, and he'd be so upset. Because he would poop the little dust. The fire.
Dragon! Best one!
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, I remember hating that bicycle kicking that one because the bot always did it.
Every time.
Dude, the bot was hard as hell on this one. The bot used to whip my ass. Kulao! That was your main right there, Katana. Bro, what was Kung Lao's outfit here? I'm really glad they improved it in the next one.
Well, you know, times change, the clothes change.
I feel like Johnny was seeming, so they had to give him That's the grand ass. Wait, is this gonna be the triple head? Wait. Yes! Best fatality ever! So stupid. It's the best one. Right here, I'll let him out.
Oh, I remember that, Reptile.
Reptile made that by rubbing his stomach.
Yep. Made it yummy.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
You us all the ninjas look alike. They're the same actor. Here's my boy. There's my boy. Oh yeah, you control doing this.
That's the only thing I could do. Oh no, it's such a good.
Yeah, you just.
That's the only ones they would do.
I told you all of them. Snowball grenade.
Oh, look at this little bone.
There was a random glitch in the floorboard move sometimes.
Oh no.
How many organs does this dude have? There's that cheap motherfucker in the background.
Yes.
I hated Shotgun in this game. It was so cheap. Remember, that's the only controller I ever broke. Was playing this. I was using Shao Kahn. He was cheap as hell. Oh, he was cheap too, but you could beat him if you got Katana. You could just like catch him in the air. You gotta be cheap as hell with him. Here's your main. Her second one's one of my favorites. Kiss of Death.
There we go.
Look like you about to shit.
Bones look kind of.
I hated this move. It's not even dead.
You're just gonna stand there.
He's not even bleeding no more. This was a really cool one. Dude, that dude's big as shit. I can't remember his name. I used to know all of them. Nadina. I love that.
I like it.
Here's your second one you like. I remember I did this for you next. You loved it. Because I told you it was old school.
Yeah.
Here it is, the man eater.
Yep.
Pick the meat off them bones.
Fatality.
Aka ugly ass. You know that's like a mask they put like fake fingernails on. It's like a Nosferatu mask. They bought for like $2. This is like the worst way to die because you gotta stare at this ugly motherfucker. Like that's like the worst part. You gotta look into his eyes and you die.
You know, bad breath.
He look like he chew on rocks.
Be like, here, take a
But he eats people. You know he's breath ration.
That's what I
I love this because he explodes. Like the skeleton just like dancing. That's flame effects though. Looks like the ones like remember like the old heat things. Oh, they were smoking in the background. That was David's favorite. Heavy forest. Red. Is this the uppercut one? I love this movie. Oh no. I love those sound effects for that lightning. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Because that was real. Favorite movie right here. Bitch! It was like, you watch Power, he's hitting.
That's his head. Did you see his head?
How does his head survive? Stage fatalities. I love this. Look at the animation.
Yeah, look at that poor blood.
This was so annoying because the bot didn't send me.
The Hawks didn't really have.
Yeah, that was. They made him cooler than they did in the arm. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love this one.
Oh, yeah, where the. Yeah.
The acid.
That fake blood.
Yeah, Shang Tsung can take fatalities. There goes the troll again. That's what everybody did. Because you've got infinite time with that shit. What the hell? I didn't do that.
I didn't either.
That
You
dude,
changed it to.
that dude's fast as hell. That's some time. Because they don't give you much time to do these. Friendship? No? What are you gonna mix up now? What you got for me?
Oh.
Yes! I was hoping for this! Damn it! One of them used to glitch. When you did it. Who was blowing my phone up? Oh, all I hear is zzz, zzz.
Oh, mine's down there too.
Oh, here we go, friendships. Is this when he danced? Yeah! What the damn disco going on?
I don't know, but dude over here looking like he gonna throw up for days, and he over here having a good time.
I remember this one. Look, love this one.
Now wins. Friendship. Friendship.
Shao Kahn was like pissed, like friendship. I love Johnny's.
It's the nicest version.
It's so full of good stuff. It's like a huge autograph.
Wins.
It was always fun.
Friendship.
I love those 90s sunglasses.
Friendship.
That's face
90s sunglasses were good, I'll give you that.
Oh, a little bit.
Reptile wins.
Ah, yeah, Reptile.
Friendship.
You'll like the
Friendship.
MK Trilogy friendships because they're like Jack in the Boxes. We'll do those next Monday. Okay, what's next? What are you doing now?
Yeah, 'cause
He's taking a break in between them because there was more friendships. I didn't know you could do that.
I
Wins.
didn't either. That's nice.
Friendship. Friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Shang Tsung wins.
Music cut in.
Friendship.
I like how Shao Kahn's pissed. Friendship?
Oh, no.
Kitana wins.
I wouldn't give him no damn cake. Breath mint, lady. Breath mint.
Friendship.
Look at him, he's like bumping.
Jax. Friendship. Friendship.
He's like so proud. the mirror one? Fuck!
Aw.
No, there was one, she'd look in the mirror and it's bright. This is ugly. Remember her teeth?
Friendship.
Oh, I forgot about
That was the best friendship. Because he's like, what are you gonna get?
Aw.
Baraka wins.
Where are you keeping these?
Friendship.
I wanna know where Katana was keeping the cake.
Oh,
Remember all SpongeBob? Patrick had the cake on his ass. Remember?
yeah, been keistered on my shirt.
Friendship.
That's not chocolate frosting.
Candles was there.
I love that one.
Get them there!
Flawless victory.
I think the candles was still there too. That's
Friendship.
Alright, that concludes this one. What do you think? I think this one aged a little bit better because it looks a little bit better.
It does. The blood still sucks.
Oh,
but
God.
It is getting better.
Wait till we're doing the Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you see Trilogy. There's so many bones, it's not humanly possible. You'll see 6 legs. Because they were trying to make it like, oh, it's so cool, they're making them explode, but you'll see 6 legs, 10 arms, 3 heads.
Well, you know, you can only do so much, so.
And it's like, this one's
Cutbacks.
aged a little bit better. Because you got friendships, you got fatalities. And a lot of your best fatalities were in this game. And you're right, the blood does. It's better in the first one. Better in the first one, the blood. Except that one with Johnny Cage's, because it's nothing but a big-ass bubble. If you really look at the Johnny Cage one where he ripped you apart, it was like a big bubble. That's all it was.
It's terrible.
I think this one aged a little bit better.
Only a little bit better.
It's not saying much. Like, the first one did not set that bar.
Nowadays, compared to that, that's a big difference. So.
I think they'll get bad for you. I've seen them all. I think you'll start getting bad around Deadly Alliance. Because Deadly Alliance is when they started looking a little bit more real. But they're still they're not as bad as the Days looking real. But 4 looks like Gold's gonna look goofy. Depending on which version, because one of them looked really goofy. Like the fatalities just look stupid.
Well, I'll be ready, I guess. I'll have to watch it.
What are your thoughts before we conclude the video?
What are the thoughts about the games?
Mm-hmm.
Good damn thing ain't gonna make them no more.
Well, they're still making Mortal Kombat,
But not like that.
It's so basic.
I've seen some Mortal Kombat and it looks very real compared with.
Dude, like, that's what I'm like. I'm like, you know, looking back on it, like, this was gory for its time, I guess.
Well, I can remember when they come out, a lot of kids wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat at all.
I'm like, it looks so bad.
It
Like,
was just too dangerous for their kids to be watching.
and I remember the, playing MK11 like I was earlier. It has such bad ones. Like remember the one I hated in 11 with Cabal with the teeth?
Yeah.
Because he'd pop your teeth?
Yeah.
It's like they go so far and above now to make you cringe. So, like, you know, you had the Devoras.
Yeah.
The spider was inside you. Then you had Baraka eating brains.
Yeah.
I think they really went... You kind of see... I think what we'll see as we continue this series is how the fatalities evolved. Because it seems like to me, as I watched them years ago, that each game, fatalities got a little bit weirder and weirder. Starting with MK9, that's when they started getting gorier.
Yeah.
And 9
It
was...
gets pretty rough.
9 looks really bad at times, and I remember it looking so real as a kid. I think that's the thing here. Like, people's like, oh, it looks so bad, but now that you go back and look and compare it to today, it looks really bad. It's like it's like an 8-bit Mario game.
I mean, compared to now, it looks pitiful.
But I do think these are classics, and they were good for their time.
Yeah.
Like, compared to, like, Street Fighter, because I think Mortal Kombat looked more real than Street Fighter back then. Compare Street Fighter 2 to this. But
Sure.
I think as we continue this, it'll start getting weirder and weirder, and I have more stories for each episode, and one in Shaolin Monks in particular. The one I'm excited for, folks, the one I'm excited to get to for us is Shaolin Monks. And I'm so sad because it's so far away. Because we got to do Trilogy is next, because MK3, Ultimate MK3, and Trilogy are the same game. They just have more characters. So Trilogy, I was like, okay, we're just going to round it up at Trilogy because it has everything we need. Then we'll do Gold because it's basically 4. Alliance, Deception, then Shaolin Monks. Because I think I'm skipping Armageddon because it's none of the fatalities. But I'm really excited to get to Shaolin Monks. And you know why?
It's gory.
No, it's the first Mortal Kombat I played.
Oh, wow.
Remember David owned it on the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Because I remember y'all would be at work and I would sneak into his room at 5 years old and play it. Oh, I'm very excited to get to Shaolin Monks because that is my first Mortal Kombat game I ever played, and that's the one I'm excited to do. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll be seeing you next Monday with Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I doubt we'll be able to fit in Go the same day like we're doing here because I feel like Trilogy is going to be a longer video. It's probably going to be both of these combined. Either way, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.